this Easter Sunday afternoon, and we hope you are all enjoying a great Easter. Hope you had a great Easter morning, and with the family, if you're in the area now, you can come on out. Maybe you've already done church, had the Easter lunch, the egg hunt, and so some baseball here this afternoon. And a big game for CSU. These two teams have split the first two games of the series, with CSU winning on Friday night 9-3 behind the outstanding performance, another complete game from Caleb Cucci. And then the Nighthawks bouncing back yesterday to win it 5-3 behind the great pitching performance of Danny McCrary. The Cougars come in with a record of 24-15, 12-8 in Peach Belt play. North Georgia ranked number 1 in one poll, number 3 in another poll, 31-8 and 15-5 in conference play. It'll be a couple of right-handers going against each other today. Luke Porter for the Cougars, 6'1", 190 right-handed senior out of Birmingham with a record of 1-3 and a 3.54 ERA. And Dylan Peppers, a 6'1", 185 right-handed graduate student out of Good Hope, Georgia, 4-2 and 3.40 for the Nighthawks. Jessica is our studio producer. And when we come back, we will talk with Coach Greg Appleton here on the pregame show. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
In blind taste test, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than the Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised. The Pepsi's sweeter.
Pepsi hit it right on the money.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I took the Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot now.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. Near Bradley Park in North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. The Wingate Hotel also offers complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park. Call today, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Scott Miller back at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium on this Easter Sunday afternoon. Happy Easter, all of you, and Coach Greg Appleton, to you and your family as well.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
No place we'd rather be than right here on the old ball field today, and it's a big game. It's the rubber match of the three-game series with the number one team in the country and the conference.
Well, you know, Friday our guy threw a great game and we won, and then yesterday their starting pitcher did a good job on us and they won. So today it's a battle of wills to see who's going to go out there and get it done and play the best and win the series.
Well, one thing yesterday that positive you can take away is that the guy was dominating. He had a perfect game with 2 outs in the 5th inning. We were down 5-0, but yet we brought the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning.
Well, that's what I told the guys at the end of the game. I said, if we didn't necessarily play great and their pitcher really did a good job on us, but we gave ourselves a chance to win. We brought the tying run to the plate in the last inning and scored a couple runs. So that was a positive note. But we're going to have to play better today. That's not going to get it done. And they were a hit away, from lengthening the lead and blowing us out. So we might have been a little lucky, but we were tough, and we're just going to have to play a little better game today.
All right, talk about your starter today.
Well, we're going with Luke Porter. And Luke's kind of been our hard luck guy, and he's gone out there and pitched well, and we haven't necessarily scored runs for him. And so he doesn't have the best record in the world, but you look at his ERA, he's pitched good. And our bullpen's in great shape. We haven't really used that many guys, and so we just need Luke to go out there and give us 4, 5, 6 good innings and keep us in the ball game, and then turn it over to the bullpen. But we need to score some runs, and we need to get into their bullpen, which isn't necessarily a strength of theirs, and see what can happen.
Well, as we look ahead and trying to build on that NCAA tournament at-large resume, obviously this is a huge game, but quite frankly, everything is, even a non-conference game the rest of the way.
Oh, they are. We need to get as many wins as we can because you look at guys in our conference, they have pretty much the same type of records, and everybody's bunched together, and it's going to all filter out here the last couple weeks of the season and into the tournament. And so everything's important. We're going down to play West Florida on Tuesday and Wednesday, and those are just as big as the conference games for us now. I think mathematically, we figured out we're in the tournament. So now it's just pretty much about trying to get as many wins as we can and see where we can finish in the conference.
It was a great day yesterday with the reunion of the 2007 team. Had 21 guys back, and it was great to see everyone.
Yeah, we had our entire starting lineup was out there, and several of our pitchers and the other guys. It was great seeing them. The best thing about it was they immediately started having fun when they got around each other, and from the stories I heard, it went on through into the night. So I'm sure they had a good time, and they always did when they were here. So I'm sure they did last night too. But it was great to see them.
That's the thing about that 2007 team. As we look back on that year, they were a loose bunch. They were a close bunch. Most of them were together for 4 years.
Yeah, well, they knew each other very well, and they were very close, and a bunch of different personalities, and that was the thing that I think helped them blend together, is that they weren't all the same, and they were just a very close-knit bunch, and they're still, they don't see each other that often, but it didn't take long for them to get back in the groove.
No, it didn't. You've been doing this here for 20 years, longer than that total. It has to be especially gratifying for you to look back and see guys come back and see them with their families and what they're doing in their life once they get away from baseball.
Well, it just kind of it lets you know that they were good people when they were here, and they're good people still, and they're living their lives and having kids and getting jobs and being productive citizens is really what they're doing. But it's very satisfying, and the wins and losses, they come and go, but the people are the reason that you're in this business, and when you see those guys and the success they're having, it makes you feel good.
All right, the Easter Bunny left a lot of little eggs around here, press box, radio booth, on the field today. Let's hope he leaves a big present in the Easter basket with a win when it's all over.
Well, I'm still looking for that egg, and I hope I find it, but yeah, he definitely did come.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Coach Greg Appleton will be back with the starting lineup in the play-by-play story. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Hi, this is Scott Miller, the voice of the Columbus State University Cougars. Let me take a moment to tell you about the Houston Clinic. The Houston Clinic is a proud partner of Columbus State Athletics. They've been providing outstanding support for Cougar student athletes for over a quarter of a century, and they've helped numerous student athletes get back in the game, and they can help you get back in the game. For all your sports medicine needs, contact the Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Service.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
All right, back at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. The Cougars have taken the field, and Luke Porter getting his warm-up tosses in. 6'1", 190-pound right-handed senior out of Birmingham. 1-3 and 3.54 ERA on the season. And this is his 11th appearance. He has one complete game, 53 in the third innings, 61 hits, 21 earned runs, 32 strikeouts, and 11 walks. Setting the Cougars defensively for you, Turner Vincent is in left field. The center fielder is Tyler Fichter. Drew Webb is in right. Gunnar Drennan at third. Justin Evans at short. Grant Berry at second. Mason McClellan at first. And Bryce Delavey behind the plate. And for the Nighthawks, Devin Gearhart will lead it off. Their lineup is the same as it's been all weekend. They make very few changes in that starting lineup in the batting order. And when you're a very good team like they are, that's what happens. Art Gearhart comes in here hitting .333. And on the weekend, he is 3 for 8 in the first 2 games of the series. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway at 1:01 here on Easter Sunday afternoon in Columbus, Georgia. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Luke. Misses outside, and it's 1-1. Cougars with the navy tops and the white pants today. The caps with the red bill and the blue CSU on the front. Fastball stayed a little high. And it's 2-1. North Georgia all in gray today. Trimmed in blue. Gearhart takes the next pitch downstairs, and it's 3-1. North Georgia got a run in the first yesterday to get them off and running. Had a 5-0 lead in the ball game. The Cougars did battle back late against their bullpen. Popped him up back behind the plate, but it will not stay in play as Bryce Dellaby went as far as he could go, and it landed in the stands. So that runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Porter has the sign from Dellaby, and the payoff pitch is on the way, on the ground towards second and past the diving Grant Berry into right field. So a leadoff single for Devin Gearhart and the Nighthawks. Grant diving toward the line and just got under his glove. Here's Connor Hoover, the shortstop, 386 on the season, 12 home runs, and 48 runs driven in. And Hoover has a home run in this series, had it yesterday. He's 4 for 8 in the first 2 games with a double, a home run, 3 runs driven in, and 3 runs scored. First pitch swinging, pops it up, foul down toward our bullpen. A long run, and Turner Vincent can't quite get there. Didn't make it into the bullpen, just shy of the batting cage. And just didn't hold up long enough. Turner had the left-handed hitter shaded over toward the gap, so he had a long way to go. But Luke jumps out in front of the shortstop, the umpire, the plate umpire, making an equipment adjustment. He's got that taken care of. Back behind the plate, and the 0-1 pitch, fastball sailed high, and it's 1-1. McCrary, a great job for North Georgia yesterday to even the series. He had a perfect game going with 2 outs in the 5th inning until Austin Collins spoiled it with a single. The pitch is downstairs. And the count goes to 2-1. So we had the great complete game performance from Caleb Cucci on Friday night to get the series started. Throw over to first, and he's back easily. So we'll see what lies in wait here on this Easter Sunday afternoon for the tight ball game we'll have today. The 2-1 pitch on the ground, could be 2. Second to short to first, double play. Grant Berry to Justin Evans to Mason McClellan. 4-6-3, and just like that, 2 down. Tailor-made double play on this Easter Sunday. Here's Michael Gouge, the left fielder, 411 on the season, 9 home runs and 51 RBIs. And he takes the first pitch high, fastball, ball 1. He's 2 for 4 with 4 walks in the series with a run scored. So he's been on base a lot. The pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's even at 1-1. This is the final conference home game for CSU. The 1-1 lined in the gap in right center, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Tyler Fichter will get it back in a hurry. And a 2-out double off the bat of Michael Gouge. And now that double play looms large. That saved a run. Bring up the first baseman, Trevor Sams. Sams, 309. 10 home runs, 52 driven in. Sams 1 for 7 on the weekend with 1 driven in. So Luke back to the stretch, checks the runner out at second, and the fastball to the plate is in there for a called strike. Gerhardt led off the game with a single, but was erased in the 4-6-3 double play. And then Gouge just lined one to the gap for a double. Evans cutting in behind the runner at second. The pitch to the plate, swung on and missed. And Luke Porter is ahead in the count, 0-2. Luke gets the sign from Delaby. Again, Justin trying to hold the runner close at second, and the fastball tried to get him to chase one outside, but he laid off of it, and it's 1-2. There's some folks up on the hill over the left field fence as usual, and up under the balcony of the Cunningham Center. Check of the runner out at second, and the 1-2 pitch is driven in the gap in left center. Tyler Fichter going over, a diving attempt, can't get the ball. The run will score, and Turner Vincent hustles the ball back in. Great attempt from Tyler, but he could not come up with it on a diving attempt. He had a long way to go, and Sams with the RBI double. So back-to-back doubles after the double play turn by the Cougars, and the Nighthawks lead it 1-0. Here's Michael Bell, the second baseman, and Bell, 284 hitter on the season. Porter checks the runner at second, and the pitch misses for ball 1. This weekend, he is 2 for 7, a 286 average, with 1 run driven in, a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts. And the pitch is fly ball center field. Tyler Fichter back just short of the track, and he's got it. So out number 3, but the Nighthawks pick up 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave a man stranded. We go to the bottom of the first inning. North Georgia 1, Columbus State just now coming into bat. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
If you have family or friends looking for great overnight accommodations in Columbus, call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. Near Bradley Park in North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is near shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their saltwater pool or spa. They also offer complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Roberts Way in Bradley Park, 706-225-1000.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one sitting empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no Coke. Just Look at it, bro. All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our serfs are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh us. Fill your cup holder.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
All right, Scott Miller back at the ballpark, bottom of the first inning. Nighthawks have struck first. They've done that for the second straight game now. CSU scored first on Friday night. Nighthawks scored in their first run in the third inning of that game. Dylan Peppers getting in his warm-up tosses. 6'1", 185-pound right-handed graduate student out of Good Hope, Georgia. 4-2 with a ERA of 3.40, 50 and a third innings, 29 hits, and 19 earned runs, 49 strikeouts, and 23 walks. So in his 50 and a third innings, just 29 hits given up. And Tyler Fichter will lead it off. Fine center fielder for the Cougars.
Number 3, Tyler Fichter.
333 hitter on the season, and he's had a good series. 4 for 8 with a run scored and 4 driven in the first 2 games of the weekend. The first pitch from Peppers misses outside for ball 1. Justin Evans on deck. Mason McClellan down in the hole. Fastball is high and away. And it's 2-0. Tyler hits from the left side of the plate. The 2-0 pitch is a strike on the inside corner. He showed bunt, and that had the third baseman Gerhardt charging in. This is the only game in the Peach Belt today. Everyone else played double headers yesterday. The 2-1 in on his hands and fouled back toward the clubhouse. And it's 2-2. Long look in by Peppers, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and just got a piece of it and fouled it back, and that got the plate umpire. And Andres Perez, a little professional courtesy, the catcher for the Nighthawks, is going to give a little time for the plate umpire to try to recover. Man, that a solid shot to the plate umpire. The 2-2 pitch fouled away over the left field side. Two umpires in the regular season, so the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, had him out in front. And one down. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Justin Evans.
25, Justin Evans.
Justin having an outstanding season. Defensively, he's a great shortstop, of course, and at the plate, 338 this year with 7 home runs, 32 runs driven in. He is 3 for 7 in this series with 2 runs scored, a double, and an RBI, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. The 0-1 swing and a miss, 0-2. I want to welcome all of you listening on Easter Sunday afternoon here in Columbus on News Radio 540 and on iHeartRadio around the world and watching on Cougar Sports TV. There's a soft liner that the first baseman Sams is going to grab for out number 2. Soft liner that was
the first baseman, number 8,
headed
Mason
toward
McClellan.
Right field between first and second, but Sam's got there easily. And here's Mason McClellan, 408, 15 home runs, and 52 runs driven in. The game ended yesterday with Mason waiting on deck. And the pitch is downstairs, 1-0. He would have represented a winning run. We had the tying run at the plate there in the ninth. He is 2 for 9 with a home run and 4 runs driven in this series. Had a big game on Friday night. The pitch is inside, 2-0. He had a 2-run double to get us off and running in the first inning, and then a monstrous 2-run home run in the 6th inning of that game. The 2-0 is in there for a called strike. And again, the left fielder, Michael Gouge for North Georgia, is playing Mason just shy of the Crystal sign at Peachtree Mall. The 2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1 rather, not 2-2. Gouge looks like about a half step away from the track in left field. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Peppers with a couple of strikeouts here in the first. We've played one at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. 1-0 North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The Cougar Club is an annual giving program for CSU athletics and has been the driving force behind our success. The Cougar Club provides talented student athletes the opportunity to receive a quality education from Columbus State while adding to the university's tradition of excellence. Our dependence on private support through the Cougar Club is truly the critical margin of excellence in our athletics program. For more information on how you can join the Cougar Club, call 706-568-2204 or go to CSUCougars.com. Columbus State fans, you now have an online store where you can buy all of your Cougar gear. Go to CSUCougars.com and click on the shop button. There you can buy the latest gear like hats, t-shirts, flags, sweatshirts, polo shirts, jackets, and decals from brands such as Adidas, Columbia, and Under Armour. A portion of the proceeds from each item will go to benefit the Columbus State student athletes. So go to CSUCougars.com, click on the shop button, and get your Cougar gear today.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Second inning here with the Nighthawks on top 1-0. Rubber match of the 3-game Peach Belt Conference set. And the DH Bill Leroy will lead it off for the Nighthawks against Luke Porter. Luke kicks and fires, and the pitch misses outside, ball 1. Leroy is 1 for 6 in this series with 1 RBI. And the next pitch stayed a little high. He's ahead in the count 2-0 on the season. In just 71 at-bats, he's hitting a .437. There's a strike. And the count goes to 2-1. The 2-1 on the way from Luke. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Want to thank Stephen Williams, Josh Fuller, Corey Aldis from the Sports Information Department for their usual good help and all their stats and notes. 2-2 bounce right back through the middle. Fielded by Barry at second. Throws to first, and he got him. That's a good play by Grant Barry. He went right back through the box, kind of a medium range roller, and Grant got it by the bag and made a perfect throw for out number 1. Here's Connor Corbett, the right fielder. Corbett 125 average in the 2 games here, just 1 for 8, and that one was a double. The pitch is in there for a called strike. 294 hitter on the season, 5 home runs, 23 runs driven in. The 0-1 pitch missed high and away, 1-1. As I said, this is the only conference game today. Everybody else wrapped up the series yesterday with double headers. So North Georgia with a 2-game lead in the loss column. There's a drive in the gap in left. It's going to bounce off the wall. And there's another double for North Georgia. That's their third double. Make it their second double. Nope, that was right. Third double of the day. And all three of them have bounced off the wall on 1 or 2 hops. So they have been ripped. 2 doubles in the first and a 1-out double here in the second. And here's Stephen Tomlinson, the center fielder for the Nighthawks. Check of the runner out at second. First pitch swinging, swing and a miss. And Tomlinson, 3 for 7 in the series with a long home run. Hit it up on the balcony of the Cunningham Center yesterday. And checked his swing, and the pitch missed for ball 1, 1-1. Tomlinson, 324 hitter on the season, 7 home runs, 34 driven in. Check of the runner out there, the 1-1 breaking ball pulled at foul down the third base line, 1-2. So North Georgia 15-5 in the conference. Georgia College and USC Aiken 14-7. North Carolina Pembroke, they've won 9 in a row overall. They are at 13-8, and then the Cougars come in at 12-8. Flagler right behind us, though, at 12-9, and then Lander at 10-11. The 1-2 in on his hands and fouled it back to the screen. Count stays 1-2. And then Francis Marion and Montevallo and Georgia Southwestern all tied for the 8th spot at 9-12. And Augusta's just a game back of that bunch at 8-13. So the bottom of the Peach Belt tournament bracket is really up for grabs, and the pitch misses high and away, 2-2. Top 8 teams get in, and it's at Florence, South Carolina at Francis Marion on Wednesday, May 10th through Saturday, May 13th. Check of the runner again, 2-2, swing and a miss, and Bryce can't find the ball. It's out in front of him in the dirt and is going to reach first. Tomlinson without a throw. He swung and missed at the ball down in the dirt, and it kicked away, and Bryce couldn't find it in time. It had rolled out in front of him there. And so, and on the play, Corbett goes to third. And we'll bring up Andres Perez, the catcher for the Nighthawks. He is 0 for 7 in the series. So first and third, and 1 down in the second with the Nighthawks up 1-0. Porter from the stretch, breaking ball just off the end of the bat, man. Fouled over toward the on-deck circle. Put a little chalk on that, cue it up. So Tomlinson strikes out and then reaches first on the wild pitch. And Corbett advances to third. And Perez, the son of Braves' first base coach and former catcher Eddie Perez, the freshman, 6'7", 240, this kid. In there with an 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch, fastball stayed a little high, and when it's high to this guy, it's really high. 1-1. The wind blowing out to right at the moment. Runners lead from the corners. And the 1-1 breaking ball, fly ball center field. That's going to be deep enough to get a run in. Tyler Fichter just short of the track in right center. Will get the ball back in. The runner scores. And Andres Perez with the sacrifice fly RBI. And the Nighthawks lead it 2-0. Corbett scored easily. So the wild pitch on the strikeout has certainly come into play here. Yeah, that'll get us back to the top of the order, and Devin Gerhardt, he singled his first time up and then was erased in double play. Runner leads from first, and the breaking ball is in there for a called strike. Tomlinson doesn't run much. 3 stolen base attempts. He's been successful each time. Throw over, close, back in there. Cougars will be a tough travel week for them coming up. They got a couple of non-conference games at West Florida. Throw over the first, close again, and he's back in there. Tuesday night in Pensacola against West Florida, and then Wednesday afternoon against West Florida, and they'll come back home just long enough to get some clean clothes and head to Florence, South Carolina. The pitch is downstairs, gets away, throw down to second, not in time. And so Tomlinson goes down to second. And the count is even at 1-1. And that'll be a pass ball on Bryce. Check of the runner at second. The breaking ball strike on the outside corner to Gerhardt. So Luke Porter trying to do some damage control here in the second. A double, strikeout, but a wild pitch allowed a runner to reach first and open the third, and then the sac fly, RBI, and now the pass ball has another runner in scoring position, and the pitch is lifted into right center. Tyler Fichter is roaming over, and he's under it, and he's got it for the final out of the inning. But the Nighthawks pick up one more run on one hit and leave one man stranded. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0 North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The CSU Cougars play here. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Burger King, Pepsi, Valley Hospitality, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Columbus, the Cannon Brew Pub, Hula Hands, the Houston Clinic, Mediacom, Waffle House, and the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
A regional university earning lots of national attention, Columbus State University now attracts students from every county in Georgia. And with more than $60 million worth of campus upgrades, record enrollment, phenomenal community support, and unprecedented opportunities for students, it's easy to see why. At Columbus State, it's about you, your future, your creativity, your success. See why more and more students are making Columbus State University their first choice.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Scott Miller back at the ballpark here at Burger King Stadium, Ragsdale Field.
Hitter number 7, Lake Hart.
And the Cougars find themselves in a 2-0 hole as we play in the bottom of the second inning, and Lake Hart will lead it off. And we just had a visit in the press box from, if not the Easter Bunny, maybe the Easter Bunny in training. The pitch misses outside, 1-0. A real bunny here on this Easter Sunday afternoon. The 1-0 is in there for a called strike to Lake. Lake is looking for his first hit in this series. He's 0 for 5. And the next one is in there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Lake, a .288 hitter on the season. The 1-2 fastball misses away. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner. Lake wasn't thrilled with that call, but that's the third strikeout for Dylan Peppers already.
Bryce Dellaby.
Here's the catcher, Bryce Dellaby. Bryce is 1 for 7 with a run scored in the 2 games this weekend. First pitch to him, tried to check his swing, but couldn't do it. Went around 0-1. Bryce, .317 hitter on the season with a home run and 7 runs driven in. There's a shot down the right field line that's in there for a base hit. Headed down toward the corner. Right fielder gets over Corbett to cut it off and holds Bryce to a single. So there's the first hit of the game for the Cougars. Yesterday it took us until 2 outs in the 5th inning to get
number 24, Turner Vincent.
our first base runner. It was a hit, breaking up the perfect game. Here's Turner Vincent. Turner didn't play yesterday. He did play on Friday night. Dellaby gets his lead over at first, and the pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Turner was 1 for 4 on Friday night. And .265 hitter on the season. Bryce gets his lead at first, and the pitch rolled foul down the first base side. So Turner is in the hole at 0-2. Turner, a junior out of Dothan. Bryce gets his lead over at first. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and struck him out. That is strikeout number 4 already for Dylan Peppers here.
Drew Webb.
Here's the right fielder, Drew Webb. Drew's a .286 hitter on the season. Home run, 13 runs driven in. And looking for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 6. Has scored a couple of runs in the first 2 games, walked twice. And the first pitch is a strike. Boy, Peppers is pounding the strike zone here in the first 2 innings. Getting ahead in the count. Struck out 4. Throw over, and he is back safely. Bryce with that blazing catcher speed over there at first. But Peppers is worried about him. He throws back over there again, back safely. Bryce 2 out of 4 in the stolen base department. To the belt, to the plate. Pitch misses outside, says the plate umpire. Wind's kind of been gusting a little bit today. It's not much right now. It's been blowing out to right center when it has. Gets his lead again, shows bunt, and bunts through it. Tried to push it down the first base line, and he's behind in the count now at 1-2. So Drew steps back in there, the freshman out of Brookstone School. Peppers comes set and to the plate. Just missed outside. 2-2. Tried to get him to chase one a little off the strike zone, and Drew laid off of it. Ellaby gets his lead over at first. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually fouled it back into the catcher's glove. Perez hung on. Peppers strikes out the side, and he struck out 5 of the first 6 outs recorded here today. We have played 2 innings at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium, 2-0, North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection near Bradley Park in North Columbus. The Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. The Wingate Hotel also offers complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park. Call today, 706-225-1000. Dance, baby, dance, if the world is ending.
Turns out it was some sort of like creature, and I had no idea what it was.
Okay, the world is getting pretty weird.
They leave the body or they lucid dream.
And when the weird get going,
we can't get help.
The weird appear.
And their powers have been vast.
On Coast to Coast AM.
We can't escape it.
The weirdness happens tonight, overnight.
This is Coast to Coast AM.
News Radio 540 WDAK. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Scott Miller back at the ballpark, Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium, and just a glorious Easter Sunday afternoon. We hope you and your family have had and continue to have and enjoy a very happy Easter, and glad that you've taken some time to listen or watch our broadcast here today as the Cougars taking on the number 1 team in the country, the University of North Georgia, and the Nighthawks lead it 2-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd inning here. Connor Hoover, Michael Gouge, and Trevor Sams do up 2, 3, and 4 against Luke Porter, and the first pitch misses from Luke, 1-0. Hoover hit into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up in the first inning. There's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. So as I said, the Cougars with a tough travel week next week. They're at Pensacola, West Florida on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll wrap up the conference schedule next weekend on the road. Fastball inside causes Hoover to jackknife out of the way, and it's 2-1. With games at Francis Marion Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a drive, way foul, pulled it down the right field line, way out in front of it. And a crucial series for Francis Marion, as right now, as I mentioned, they're in a 3-way tie for the 8th and final spot in the conference tournament. And there's a ball lifted into the air in left field, and Turner Vincent under it, sunglasses gleaming, and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
Left fielder Michael Gouge.
And that'll bring up the left fielder Michael Gouge. He has doubled here today. One of 3 doubles for the Nighthawks here in the early going. And a fastball from Porter is in there for a called strike. Underneath the balcony, great place to be out on the hill behind the outfield fence today of the Cunningham Center. Pitches in there for a strike, gets you out of the sun. It's a great place to watch a ball game from out there. Yesterday we had a lot of folks on the balcony. It was the reunion of the 2007 CSU baseball team. Fastball misses outside, 1-2. The team that went on a great postseason run and made it all the way to the national championship game, the championship game of the Division II College World Series, before coming up a little short. Breaking ball and a good one, called strike 3. So 2 down here, and that'll bring up Trevor Sams, the first baseman. He doubled in a run in the first inning. And we honored the guys. We had 21 players back. We had every player from the starting lineup back and most of the pitchers and some reserves. So great representation. Fly ball to right. Drew Webb back short of the track, and he's got it. So Luke Porter settles down and has a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. North Georgia 2, CSU nothing. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Hi, this is Scott Miller, the voice of the Columbus State University Cougars. Let me take a moment to tell you about the Houston Clinic. The Houston Clinic is a proud partner of Columbus State Athletics. They've been providing outstanding support for Cougar student athletes for over a quarter of a century, and they've helped numerous student athletes get back in the game. And they can help you get back in the game. For all your sports medicine needs, contact the Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Service.
Columbus State fans, you now have an online store where you can buy all of your Cougar gear. Go to CSUCougars.com and click on the shop button. There you can buy the latest gear like hats, t-shirts, flags, sweatshirts, polo shirts, jackets, and decals from brands such as Adidas, Columbia, and Under Armour. A portion of the proceeds from each item will go to benefit the Columbus State student athletes. So go to CSUCougars.com, click on the shop button, and get your Cougar gear today.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Bottom of the third inning here at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium, and 2-0 North Georgia on top here in the early going.
Leading off for the Cougars, the second baseman, number 10, Grant Berry.
Grant Berry will lead it off. Fine second baseman for the Cougars. Grant, 261 on the season. And he's 2 for 8 with a couple of runs scored in the series thus far, and takes the first pitch outside for ball one. One double in the first 2 games. Pitch misses way outside, and it's 2-0. Cougars won Friday night. The Nighthawks won yesterday, so the decisive game 3 here today. Pitch misses low and away, so Grant is ahead in the count, 3-0. Coach Patrick Collins flashing the signs down at third. Sammy Stiers is over at first. The 3-0 fastball high walked him on 4 straight. Well, that's the first walk issued by Peppers. He struck out 5 in the first 2 innings.
The third baseman, number 4, Gunnar Drennan.
And here is Gunnar Drennan, the third baseman for the Cougars. 264 on the season, a home run and 19 runs driven in. Gunnar 2 for 6. Couple of runs driven in, couple of runs scored. A double in the first 2 games of the series. Pitch in the dirt. Nice job by Perez to block that. So he's missed with 5 straight. Here's a guy, Dylan Peppers, who was pounding the strike zone in the first 2 innings. Struck out 5 of the 6 outs recorded. And now he's can't find the plate. Missed with 5 in a row. The 1-0 is in there for a called strike. And the count even at 1-1. Grant 6 out of 9 in the stolen base department over at first. Gets a good lead. Throw over there. Short hopped it, and Trevor Sams took one off his chest to keep it in front of him. Peppers really slows down with a man on. The 1-1 shows bunt, and it hits him. Was he in the box? He bunted it and came up and hit him. And he was indeed in the box still, so just a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. The plate umpire immediately pointed to the box, saying that he was still in the box when the ball came up, and thus in foul territory when the ball came up and hit him. So that's 1-2 now. Not bunting. Chopped it to third. Could be 2. He double clutched, though. Throw the second back to first. Not in time. The double clutch by Gerhardt cost him any chance that he had of a double play. But they do get the force at second. And Gunner reaches on the fielder's choice. And back to the top of the order, and Tyler Fichter. He was a strikeout victim swinging in the first inning. So Gunnar Drennan over at first base now. He's 3 for 3 in the stolen base department this season. Peppers and Perez can't get together, so he steps off. Back up on top. The pitch off speed in there for a called strike. The Nighthawks in the first 2 games of the series started left-handers. Bauer, their ace, on Friday night had to leave after a couple of innings with discomfort in his elbow. The 0-1 is fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-2. And then McCrary with the great job yesterday for them. They've got a few lefties down in the bullpen as well, so they can run out a lot of left-handers at you, but Pepper's a righty. The 0-2, trying to get him to chase one off the plate, laid off of it. 1-2. After today, the Cougars won't be back home until April the 28th. The 1-2, called strike 3 on the outside corner. So 2 down, strikeout number 6 for Peppers.
Shortstop, Justin Evans.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Justin Evans. Had a soft line drive to the first baseman his first time up. So 6 straight games on the road before coming back home to wrap up the regular season with 2 games against Augusta. The pitch is downstairs, 1-0. Those 2 games, Friday night, April the 28th, and Sunday afternoon, the 29th, will not be conference games. They were just the 2 coaches needed some games to fill out the schedules, so they added that. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Originally, those games are going to be played at a neutral site in North Georgia, but that got changed, and the games will be here, and that will make the 29th Senior Day. Throw over to first, not in time. Our next broadcast after today will be on the 29th on that Saturday. We won't do the Friday night game because that's the same night of the Columbus State Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. I'll be emceeing that, so I'll be taking care of that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in our inductees this year as we go along. 1-2 pitch on the way to Justin. Got a piece of it, fouled it off of the mask of Andres Perez. And that will rattle him a little bit, and the plate umpire returns the favor that Andres paid him earlier in the game when he got rattled. He takes a little time and cleans off the plate. Gives Perez a chance to clean out the cobwebs a little bit there. Runner leads from first, 2 out. 1-2 pitch, chopped toward the shortstop. He fields and will flip to second to get the force. Hoover to Bell. So nothing doing for the Cougars here in the 3rd inning. We played 3 at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. 2-0 North Georgia on top. Flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
In blind taste test, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised that Pepsi's sweeter.
Right on the planet.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I took the Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot now.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAJ.
All right, Sunday afternoon, Easter Sunday afternoon, and Bruce Springsteen blaring away at the ballpark here as we head to the fourth inning, and 2-0 North Georgia on top. Nighthawks got a run in the first and another one in the second. And Michael Bell, Bill Leroy, and Connor Corbett due up against Luke Porter here. And let's see, Bell fly to center. His first time up to end that first inning. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Yeah, so the CSU Athletic Hall of Fame inducting 4 new members this year, and that'll be Friday night, April 28th at the Country Club. Bouncer to short. Justin Evans Fields throws high and over the head of Mason McClellan. Well, you don't see that very often from that guy. He's a great defensive shortstop with a great arm, and he just loaded up, and that one sailed on him. And an error to start the fourth. And that'll bring up the DH Bill Leroy. Bounce to second his first time up. Going into the Hall of Fame this year, former baseball player Keith Daughtry. And Daughtry was 2-time All-American for the Cougars and played for Coach Chip Reese, and just an offensive machine. He could really hit. He played in the early 90s. Bunting the ball back to the mound and going to go to first. Might have had a play at second, but elected to go to first. And the sacrifice accomplished. And Bell goes down to second. And Connor Corbett has a double and a run scored in his one at bat today. And a couple of golfers. Mark Emmelman, who is our current men's golf coach and director of golf at CSU. And Mark's going in as a player. He had a great career here. And the pitch, breaking ball right off the end of the bat, rolled it to Grant Berry at second, and he'll throw on the first and get the out. On the play, Bell moves to third. Right off the end of the bat and a slow roller, and an easy play for out number 2. Here's Stephen Tomlinson, struck out swinging, but he reached on a wild pitch, and that played a big part in getting that run home in that second inning. And also former golfer Scott Clark. Scott was also the head coach for a while and did a good job there, and a great job as a player. He's going in as a player, and the pitch misses, rather fouled back to the screen, 0-1. And the fourth former athlete, Shalisha Crawford, track and field star. And her numbers are outstanding and a great class for the Hall of Fame. Pitch downstairs, good job by Bryce. And the count is even at 1-1. And again, they'll be inducted on Friday night, the 28th, at the Country Club of Columbus, and looking forward to seeing them and emceeing that event. Runner leads from third, 1-1, swung on and fouled off of the umpire again. He has taken a beating early here today. He got really rocked earlier in the game. It hit him flush, one of those things that he ended up, the ball never even hit the ground. He caught it, and that one glanced off of him. And the count is 1-2 on Tomlinson now. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Great job by Delavie to keep that one in front of him. He rode out onto the grass, and he popped out and got it back in. That one could have easily gone to the screen. We talked about Bryce and his defensive prowess this weekend. He can really great at blocking balls. Calls a great game, great arm. The 2-2 pitch is on the way, low with a breaking ball, and inside, 3-2. Bell is over at third. He reached on an error. They sacrificed him over, and then he advanced to third on a ground ball to the right side. And a payoff pitch is due Tomlinson on the way to the plate in the dirt. And again, Bryce saved a run by blocking the ball, but it's a walk. And Tomlinson goes down to first. And that'll bring up Andres Perez, the number 9 hitter. He had a sac fly RBI in the second inning to center field. The freshman, all 6'7", 240 of him, steps in there from the right side. And the fastball misses outside for ball 1. 60 pitches for Luke Porter. And the next pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-1. The Nighthawks have threatened in 3 of the first 4 innings. They scored a run in the first and the second. Luke got them 1, 2, 3 in the third, and they've got runners at the corners and 2 down now. The 1-1 pitch fouled it over the stadium back toward the rec center. And Perez is in the hole, 1-2. He checks the signs from Tom Cantrell. He's the head coach, also handles the third base coaching duties. He's in his 18th season. Obviously, he's done a great job. Runners lead from the corners. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, stayed inside, and Porter really thought he had a strikeout there. He took about 3 hops toward the dugout, and so did some of his teammates, but plate umpire says nope. Breaking ball missed inside, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And the pitch. Fly ball in the gap, but don't worry about it. Tyler Fichter going over just short of the track in left center to make the grab. So Luke Porter pitches around the error and the walk and gets out of trouble. They leave a couple on here. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The Cougar Club is an annual giving program for CSU athletics and has been the driving force behind our success. The Cougar Club provides talented student athletes the opportunity to receive a quality education from Columbus State while adding to the university's tradition of excellence. Our dependence on private support through the Cougar Club is truly the critical margin of excellence in our athletics program. For more information on how you can join the Cougar Club, call 706-568-2204 or go to csucougars.com.
Every day, you leave them behind, locked in your car. Not even thinking to crack a window. Listen to me. You don't even treat your dog like that. Have you no shame? Not anymore. Take Glenn, Rush, and all your radio friends with you wherever you go. I don't wait anymore. Download the free iHeartRadio app for your phone at newsradio540.com. Thank you. And stop cruelty to radio hosts. Just depressing. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. Scott Miller with you this afternoon. Jessica, our studio producer, back in the News Radio 540 studios. And North Georgia leads it 2-0 here. And Mason McClellan will lead off the fourth inning. Big Mason struck out swinging in the first. Wake him up on the hill there, Mason. Fastball in there for a called strike. 15 home runs, 52 runs driven in, and a 4.08 average. What a year. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Tried to check his swing on that breaking ball. Couldn't lay off of it. 0-2. Hit a high, towering 2-run home run on Friday night. Pitch misses outside. Tried to get him to chase one just a little out of the strike zone, but he laid off of it. The 1-2 pitch. There's a drive to left. It's going to sink, though, and drop in front of the left fielder, and he'll get it back in. And there is a leadoff single. Gouge was playing very deep, as they have all weekend against him, just a step away from the track. And that ball had topspin on it and was diving from the moment it left the bat. He hit it hard, though, and Gouge did a good job to get it back in to hold him to a long single. And here is Lake Hart, strikeout victim, looking in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Lake practically jumped out of his shoes at that one. McClellan gets his lead at first. The pitch is driven right field. Right fielder back just on the track now, or short of it, and he'll grab it for the out. Connor Corbett with it. Lake, that one didn't get that one on the sweet spot. Hit it deep, but a step short of the track for the first out of the inning. Here's the catcher, Bryce Delavie. He singled in the second inning. And first pitch misses. 1-0. 3:30 down the lines here. 4:03 to Deadaway Center. A beautiful ballpark, playing surface and stadium-wise. The 1-0 tried to check his swing, and they're going to check with the base umpire, and he says no swing. 2-0. Working with two umpires, of course, during the regular season on this level, and with a man on base at first base, that umpire is just off to the first base side of the mound, so doesn't have the look that he would have down the line on one of those check swings. The pitch misses, and it's 3-0. So Peppers is going to walk to the back of the mound now and take a little time, readjust the cap, get back up on top. McClellan leads the 3-0 pitch right down the middle for a called strike. 3-1. Really critical game for the Cougars here today as far as their NCAA tournament at large resume goes. The 3-1 just missed ball 4. Good at bats for Bryce. And the second walk issued by Peppers. And that will bring up Turner Vincent with runners at first and second and one down. Turner struck out swinging in the second inning. The Cougars, with an overall record of 24-15, number one, they just need to get as many wins as they can, conference or non-conference, if they want to try to grab one of the 4 at-large spots in the region this year. Swing and a miss. For the second straight year, it will be the Southeast region will be a 7-team region. 3 automatic bids to the Peach Belt Conference tournament winner, South Atlantic Conference tournament winner, and the Conference Carolinas tournament winner. And then 4 at-large spots. Pitch is fouled away over into our bullpen. And Turner is behind in the count, 0-2. So just number of wins is key, but a win against probably the top-ranked team in the region, although we don't have an official region poll out yet, but they're number 1 in the country in one poll, number 3 in the country in another poll. That would look very good on the resume. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down in the inning, and strikeout number 7 for Mr. Peppers. And that'll leave it up to Drew Webb. The freshman will try to see if he can get a big 2-out hit here to get a run home. So if the Cougars were able to take 2 out of 3 from this team, that would certainly help in a couple of ways. Swing and a miss on a fastball that was up around his shoulders. 0-1. And I don't know if Perez got crossed up on that, because he immediately asked for time and went out to talk to Peppers. I would say Andres Perez, with his background, has had some pretty good fundamental catching abilities drilled into him through the years. Pitches in there for a strike. Again, his dad is Eddie Perez, Braves first base coach and former catcher for the Braves for a long time. Perez looks into the dugout, gets the sign from over there, and relays it to Peppers. And Drew asked for time, and it's granted by the plate umpire. And the pitch, swing and a miss, ball in the dirt, picked up by Perez. He throws on to first to complete the strikeout. So nothing doing for the Cougars. They strand a couple of men after getting a leadoff single. Strikeout number 8 for Dylan Peppers on the afternoon. And we have played 4 here in Columbus. 2-0, North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Hi, this is Scott Miller, the voice of the Columbus State University Cougars. Let me take a moment to tell you about the Houston Clinic. The Houston Clinic is a proud partner of Columbus State Athletics. They've been providing outstanding support for Cougar student athletes for over a quarter of a century. And they've helped numerous student athletes get back in the game. And they can help you get back in the game. For all your sports medicine needs, contact the Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Service.
If you have family or friends looking for great overnight accommodations in Columbus, call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. Near Bradley Park in North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is near shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their saltwater pool or spa. They also offer complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Robbins Way in Bradley Park, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Scott Miller back at the ballpark as we head to the 5th inning here, and still 2-0. North Georgia on top. They got a run in the first, a run in the second, and Dylan Peppers has made it stand up to this point. The men's and women's golf teams in the Peach Belt Conference tournament down in St. Augustine, hosted by Flagler. And the women's golf team has finished 4th, and that's their highest finish ever. You know, the program has not been in existence very long, so congratulations to them. The men are in 4th place and just 6 holes in, so we'll keep you updated on that. And this coming on the heels of a great day for the tennis teams yesterday. First pitch to Gerhardt is hit into right field, and Drew Webb back to make the catch easily. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Connor Hoover, the shortstop, 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and flied to left. Yesterday, the men's and women's tennis teams both winning Peach Belt Conference regular season championships. So congratulations to them and Coach Evan Isaacs and his staff and all the players. Great accomplishment as they just keep rolling along in the tennis program. The pitch is in there for a called strike, and now they'll get set for the conference tournament coming up. But nice going, Evan, and your staff and the players. Chop foul down the first base line, and it's 0-2. So that's a pretty good way to break in the new tennis facility over at Cooper Creek, huh? Having both teams win the regular season championships over there. The pitch is downstairs, and a ball and 2 strikes to Connor Hoover. Softball team will be getting ready to participate in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. So good luck to Coach Brad Huskinson and his team. With that coming up, the pitch is downstairs, and they check to see if he was able to check his swing, and the first base umpire says no swing. 2-2. Bryce picked the ball up and tagged the guy just in case before he asked for the appeal. The 2-2 on the way to the plate. Down inside, 3-2. So after being in the hole 0-2, Hoover has run it full here at 3-2. 66 pitches for Luke now. Payoff pitch on the way. Slashed it foul down the left field side. Ran it in on his hands and kind of had a little inside-out swing. Well, Easter Sunday, when we arrived at the ballpark this morning, the players found Easter eggs, plastic Easter eggs, hidden all over the field. The pitch misses high and away, and a 1-out walk issued by Luke Porter. Here's Michael Gouge, the left fielder. He doubled and scored in the first, struck out swinging in the third. So there were plastic eggs all over the place, and got to the press box and over on the main side, over there as well, and here in the radio booth. So the Easter Bunny certainly made an appearance. Runner leads from first, and the pitch swung on and fouled back. Now, I don't know about the rest of the guys, but the 2 eggs that were left in the radio booth, I have to say I'm a little disappointed. There was no candy in these eggs, just the plastic eggs. And the reason I know that it probably had to be the real Easter Bunny, the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball misses, 1-1. The real Easter Bunny knows everything, just like Santa. Real Easter Bunny knows everything. The Easter Bunny probably knows that I don't need any candy. You know, I need to lay off the candy, Unless you get some diet candy in there. But he also knows how much I like candy. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. So I have a feeling that he must have had a talk with my wife, Peggy. Said no candy in the eggs for Scott. It's better than getting a rock in your Halloween trick-or-treat bag, I guess. Right, Charlie Brown? Throw over the first, back safely. We play in the top of the 5th inning here. North Georgia leads it 2-0. Rubber match at the 3-game set. Runner at first with 1 out. Pitch fouled back to the screen again. Count stays 1-2. Coach Appleton and I were laughing about all those eggs that were here when they got here. And he said at one point, I told the players, I said, hey, there's a $100 bill in one of those eggs, and they started to panic because there were about 30 of the eggs already thrown in the trash can. Throw over the first, back safely. I'm not sure he told them he was kidding before they went diving into the trash can, though. Porter to the belt. There goes the runner, and the pitch on the hit and run is fouled back to the screen again. So Gouge is making him work. Keeps fouling off pitch after pitch. Flags are hanging limp at the moment on the flagpole out in right center above the beautiful new scoreboard this year with a great video board on it. The 1-2 pitch will not be made. Throw to first instead, and he's back safely. Connor Hoover over at first. He is 7 for 7 in the stolen base department this year. Snap throw, a little closer this time, but he's still safe. Hoover gets his lead. Leaning a little bit towards second right now. Not going. The 1-2 swing and a foul back into Delaby's glove. He hangs on for the strikeout. That's a nice job by Luke Porter right there.
First baseman Trevor
Gouge really battled him. Fouled off pitch after pitch, but Luke comes back to get him. And Gouge strikes out for the second time today. So 2 down now, and Trevor Sams, the first baseman, doubled in a run in the first and flied to right his last time up in the third. We're in the 5th. 2-0 North Georgia. Swing and a miss. Luke really struggled in the first 2 innings, but limited the damage to 1 run in each of those innings. Then had a 1-2-3 third. An error put him behind the 8 ball in the 4th inning. He battled his way out of that with no damage. Throw over the first, and he's back standing. Hoover with a decent lead again, and the breaking ball misses down low. And the count is even at 1-1. Kind of a lazy Sunday afternoon feel here at the ballpark today. Porter comes set and to the plate. Fastball high up around the bill of the cap. 2-1. North Georgia has been well represented with fans here for the 3 days. Hoover leads again from first. And a throw over there, back standing. Sams, the big first baseman, steps back in there from the right side of the plate. Ahead in the count, 2-1. The 2-1 on the way, and there's a strike on the outside corner. And the count is even at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a man at first. And a 2-0 lead, so a lot of deuces up there. And the pitch just missed outside, and once again, Luke Porter and the plate umpire don't see eye to eye. Luke thought he had a strikeout, and he had took a couple of hops off the mound. Didn't say anything, but didn't have to. 3-2 now. The runner will be off and running. There he goes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Luke Porter strikes out the last 2 he faces here in the 5th inning, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Time to get the offense going. Wake up the bats, guys. 2-0 North Georgia on top. Flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540.
The CSU Cougars play here. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Burger King, Pepsi, Valley Hospitality, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Columbus, the Cannon Brew Pub, Hula Hands, the Houston Clinic, Mediacom, Waffle House, and the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 2-0. North Georgia on top. And it'll be Grant Berry, Gunnar Drennan, and Tyler Fichter due up for the Cougars here. Meanwhile, at SunTrust Park in Atlanta, San Diego leads the Braves 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Braves have won the first 2 games at SunTrust Park, Friday night and last night. Trailing today, though. Here is Grant. First pitch swinging, slashes it foul over our bullpen. Grant Berry walked. His only time up today. He called a ball, the 1-1 count. Called a ball on the pitcher. Went to the mouth with his foot on the rubber. It had already been worn twice, the umpire said, and the pitch is fouled away down into the bullpen. And so now the count is 1-2. So Peppers, the 1-2 pitch, tried to check his swing and was able to do so. And they check with the first base umpire, who has an awful angle, of course, but there's only one umpire out there in the field, and that's all you can do. And the count is even at 2-2. Swing, and a foul tip back into Perez's glove. He hangs on for yet another strikeout. 9 strikeouts now for Dylan Peppers. And the third baseman, Gunnar Drennan, hit into a fielder's choice. His only time up in the 3rd inning. The pitch from Peppers popped him up into shallow right field. Right fielder Corbett was playing very shallow, and he comes in and over toward the line and makes the catch. So 2 down and back to the top of the order, and Tyler Fichter
Center
now.
fielder, Tyler Fichter.
Tyler, a strikeout victim twice, swinging in the first and looking in the third. And Dylan Peppers has been cruising here today, and there's a first pitch strike that Tyler's not too happy about. He thought it was low and probably outside. The 0-1 pitch, a little bit further outside that time for a ball. Peppers in 50 1/3 innings coming in, 49 strikeouts. And a ground ball to the shortstop, backhands, long throw, and he got it. Nice play by Connor Hoover, living up to the last name there. 1, 2, 3 go the Cougars in the 5th inning. We go to the 6th, 2-0, North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
We served our country like those before us.
The camaraderie is what kept me going. It was a dangerous area. All of it was dangerous. I didn't know what to expect when I got back.
For the first 10 years after I got out, no one would have known that I was in the service.
I got home, got married 2 weeks later, got a job.
We came back, built lives, families, and communities, but we still had challenges.
The carnage of war left an indelible mark on me.
I would have intrusive thoughts. They're horrible nightmares.
Services and support that can help are available for veterans.
I went to the VA, talked to my doctor.
I started doing groups. I started doing one-on-one counseling.
We found ways to move past these challenges for ourselves and for our families. At MakeTheConnection.net, you can hear our stories, find tools and services available to you.
The more I talk to people, family, friends, other vets, the better I feel.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAJ.
Scott Miller back at the ballpark, and a pitcher's duel here this afternoon with North Georgia leading it 2-0 as we get set to head to the top of the 6th inning here at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. And Michael Bell, Bill Leroy, and Corner Corbett due up for the Nighthawks. Bell 0 for 2, fly to center and reached on an error his last time up in the 4th inning. Again, it was great to see all of those guys off the 2007 team that were back here for the reunion yesterday. The pitch is high for ball 1, and spent a good bit of time around them before the game and spent some time after the game around them. The breaking ball is high, 2-0, and there were times where they were swapping old stories and just had me in stitches. It was funny to see them picking up right where they left off. The 2-0 was in there, 2-1. They were always a very close team. Many of them played together for 4 years. The 2-1 is in there for a called strike, but they had many different personalities on that team, and there were some war stories being told. Maybe a little embellishment or two somewhere along the line. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt with the breaking ball. And that runs the count full, 3-2. The payoff pitch is on the way to the plate. Popped him up, but out of play over the stadium roof. And we'll do the 3-2 again. The 3-2 on the way, fouled away. And I understand some of them Some of the guys from out of town stayed in town last night, and they continued the reunion, and apparently a good time was had by all. The payoff pitch on the way again, downstairs for ball 4. So there's a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning, and Bill Leroy, the DH.
Designated hitter Bill Leroy.
Grounded to second and sacrifice bunt. So he's got one of those today. I would expect that we'd be seeing another try at that. They got the sign from Tom Cantrell over there. Not bunting, hit and run, and fouled it on top of the roof. So Cantrell switching things up a little bit. Didn't go for the sacrifice, had the hit and run on. And the organist here at Ragsdale Field breaking out the ever popular theme from Green Acres. People love her here. She's a hoot. Runner leads. He now is squaring at the plate and takes it high and away. 1-1. Had Gunnar Drennan charging in from third. Leroy takes the long look at his head coach and third base coach, Tom Cantrell. And throw to first, back safely. Gunnar is in on the grass at third. He's a step back of the grass now, but as the pitch is getting ready to be delivered, he inches in a little bit. Let's see if the sacrifice is back on, or if they take it off. On the first pitch, it was not. They try to hit and run. He then showed bunt on the second pitch. He's showing bunt again, and he bunts it hard down the third base line and just goes foul. Gunnar grabs it in foul territory. So that makes the count 1-2 now. Cantrell with the signs down at third. So a ball and 2 strikes. Bell gets his lead at first. No outs. Top of the 6th. 2-0 North Georgia. To the belt, to the plate, in on his hands, and he fought it off and fouled it back to the screen. So in this at bat, the Nighthawks decided not to put the sacrifice bunt on the first pitch. Gave him one shot to get to right on a hit and run, and he fouled it away. And on the bunt attempt, bunted it hard and foul down the third baseline. The 1-2 pitch popped him up on the infield. And it's being called by Gunnar Drennan in foul territory near the plate, and the third baseman squeezes it. As Gunnar and Luke Porter and Bryce Delavie all in the same area, and that was definitely Gunnar's ball, and the third baseman took charge and called everybody off. Luke and Bryce diving out of the way at the last moment. So there is out number 1. And the Nighthawks fail to move the runner over at this point. And here's Connor Corbett. Doubled and scored in the second. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner. He grounded to second in the 4th inning. The way Peppers is pitching here today, you feel like you can't afford to give them many more. 2-0, top of the 6th. Runner leads from first, and the pitch in the dirt, and another great job of blocking it and keeping it right in front of him by Bryce Dellaby. Slides out. He's got such great footwork behind the plate. Slid out, got in front of it, blocked it, fell right at his feet, kept the runner at first. Throw to first and back safely. Mason McClellan trying to hold him on over there. Stephen Tomlinson waits on deck. Corbett, the man of the hour for the Nighthawks right now. The runner leads from first again. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Luke ahead in the count here. As Bell, who reached on a leadoff walk, gets his lead. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball stayed inside. That one hung on him, high and inside, 2-2. Bell over at first, just 5 stolen base attempts, 4 out of 5 successful. Throw back over there, and he's back easily. We're due a 2-2 pitch again. Again, the flag's just hanging limp on the flagpole out in right center behind the scoreboard. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball rolled toward short. Flip to second for 1. On to first, 2. A double play. 6-4-3. Evans to Berry to McClellan. So nothing doing. Good job erasing that leadoff walk. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still North Georgia 2, Columbus State nothing. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one sitting empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. Ah, that is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
A regional university earning lots of national attention, Columbus State University now attracts students from every county in Georgia. And with more than $60 million worth of campus upgrades, record enrollment, phenomenal community support, and unprecedented opportunities for students, it's easy to see why. At Columbus State, it's about you, your future, your creativity, your success. See why more and more students are making Columbus State University their first choice.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WTAK.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here, 2-0, North Georgia on top, and Dylan Peppers has been cruising through the first 5 innings. 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 73 pitches.
Justin Evans.
2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for North Georgia. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for CSU. All right, here's Justin Evans. Justin 0 for 2 this afternoon. Heart of the order coming up. Swing and a miss. Mason McClellan on deck, and then Lake Hart in the hole to follow him. The 0-1 to Justin. Breaking ball, lifted foul, drifting over the bullpen of the Nighthawks and out of play down the right field line. And Justin is in the hole at 0-2. Peppers back up on top. He's a graduate student out of Good Hope, Georgia. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Blew that one by him. And strikeout number 10 for Dylan Peppers.
First baseman, Mason McClellan.
Here's the first baseman, Mason McClellan. 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first and hit a hard single just short of the left field track his last time up. Pitch misses. Low and away. 1-0. Now let's see if Mason can touch one off here and cut that deficit in half. Swing and a miss. He got fooled on that one and was out in front, tried to stop his swing and couldn't do it. Upset with himself. 1-1 now. The 1-1 on the way. Popped him up, and it's going to drift out of play over the stadium, back toward the rec center. And Mason is in the hole at 1-2. He asked for time, and it's granted by the plate umpire. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The ball in the dirt. Perez picks it up and makes a low throw, but Sams bails him out and digs it out of the dirt to complete the strikeout. Perez had to go out where the ball landed. He had to go out in the foul territory to make the throw and not... He didn't get out really a good angle on that, and the throw was pretty close to McClellan, and it was low, but Sams did a nice job with it. Here's Lake Hart, takes a first pitch strike. Strikeout victim in the third. 11 strikeouts for Dylan Peppers now. The 0-1 strike pounded the outside corner, and 0-2. Right now, Mr. Peppers is making it look very, very easy. That one missed outside, and a ball and 2 strikes, but still anybody's ball game. You'd rather be the 2 than the nothing, but it's just 2-0 here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Ball got away again. Perez slipped, but doesn't hurt him. He picks it up and fires a strike to first. So he strikes out the side and picks up his 12th strikeout of the game. We've played 6 innings here in Columbus. 2-0, North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The Cougar Club is an annual giving program for CSU athletics and has been the driving force behind our success. The Cougar Club provides talented student athletes the opportunity to receive a quality education from Columbus State while adding to the university's tradition of excellence. Our dependence on private support through the Cougar Club is truly the critical margin of excellence in our athletics program. For more information on how you can join the Cougar Club, call 706-568-2204 or go to CSUCougars.com.
Hi, this is Scott Miller, the voice of the Columbus State University Cougars. Let me take a moment to tell you about the Houston Clinic. The Houston Clinic is a proud partner of Columbus State Athletics. They've been providing outstanding support for Cougar student athletes for over a quarter of a century, and they've helped numerous student athletes get back in the game, and they can help you get back in the game. For all your sports medicine needs, contact the Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Service.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WTAJ.
Well, we head to the top of the 7th inning here on Easter Sunday afternoon. 2-0, North Georgia on top, and a pitcher's duel between Luke Porter and Dylan Peppers. Luke gave up a run in the first inning and another run in the second inning, but nothing since then, and Peppers has been a strikeout machine with 12 strikeouts. And he just the 2 hits. Here's Stephen Tomlinson, the center fielder, a strikeout and a walk on the afternoon. Andres Perez is on deck. And back to the top of the order after that, and Devin Gerhardt. Pitch misses outside for ball one. The 1-0 breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Well, after a shaky first couple of innings, Luke Porter has done a nice job to keep the Cougars within striking distance. The pitch fouled away over toward our dugout, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch on the way to the plate, trying to get him to chase one low and away, and he laid off of it. And the count is even now at 2-2. 2-2 pitch in on his hands, and he pulled it foul over toward our dugout again. Luke out of Birmingham. He played at Homewood High School. All-state honors as a senior up there, and Birmingham News Player of the Year as a senior. Fastball misses away. And that runs the count full now at 3-2. Played a couple of years over at Wallace State and over here last year. Breaking ball misses for ball 4, and Luke really upset at himself on that one. That was nowhere near, and a leadoff man on in a 2-run game. And here is the catcher, Andres Perez. And he takes a long look down at Tom Cantrell. He's the number 9 hitter, so obviously you would think the sacrifice would be on. They tried to cross us up in the last inning with a hit and run in this situation. Let's see what they do here. He is squaring. Fastball way outside. Snap throw back to first and back in safely is Tomlinson. So he was squaring. The fastball was way outside. Cantrell flashing the signs down there again. Perez has him. He's back in the box. Gunnar Drennan even with the bag at third. He will start to creep in, and here he comes, and he's swinging away, and he chops it over the head of the third baseman, Drennan, and they will have runners on the corners with nobody out. Well, they crossed it up that time, and with the third baseman, Gunnar Drennan, creeping in. I just said that he's creeping in as they get close to the pitch. Perez swung away, and he hit it in a perfect spot. Chopped it just over the head of Gunnar and into left field. And Tomlinson all the way around to third, and Perez is on at first. And a huge jam here in the top of the 7th on the corners with nobody out and a 2-run lead for the Nighthawks, and Gerhardt at the plate. 1 for 3. Here comes Coach Greg Appleton out of the dugout. We haven't had anybody warming up, but he is going to go out and get his infielders in and discuss the situation right here. Well, nice job, nice roll of the dice by Tom Cantrell, and you couldn't have drawn it up any better than that. With Gunnar charging in at third, Perez just chopped it down into the dirt in front of home plate, and it just made it over the head of Gunnar at third base. Had he been back in a normal position, he would have been able to make the play. But they dialed it up right. It paid off, and runners on the corners. All right, Greg has had his say here. That was more of a, that didn't have anything to do with what they want to do defensively. That was just a straight one-on-one conversation with Luke Porter there. and Greg did all the talking. All right, here's Gerhardt. First and third, nobody out, top of the seventh. North Georgia already leading at 2-0. The breaking ball is in on the corner for a called strike. We're back in the middle. Double play depth. Gunner is about a half step back of the bag at third, and McClellan holding the runner on at first. The 0-1 fastball just missed outside. And 1-1. Well, Luke could really use a strikeout or a pop-up on the infield. He's got 4 strikeouts this afternoon. The 1-1 breaking ball misses, and it's 2-1. A comebacker to the mound would also work. Anything that can keep that runner at third. He comes set, and the 2-1 pitch rolled to the shortstop. That's going to get a run home, but the Cougars will get a double play out of it. 6-4-3, Evans to Berry to McClellan. And so the Cougars swap a run for the 2 outs. And Tomlinson scores, and the Nighthawks lead it 3-0. No RBI for Gerhardt hitting into the double play. And that'll bring up Connor Hoover, the shortstop. Fastball high. Well, if you get out of first and third, nobody out with just the 1 run, you feel pretty good about that, but we are in the final third of the ball game here, trailing 3-0, and he popped him up on the infield. First baseman McClellan just in foul territory makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Nighthawks pick up a run, but a good job of damage control by Luke Porter. Now he's just got to get his offense going. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. 3-0, North Georgia on top. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection near Bradley Park in North Columbus. The Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. The Wingate Hotel also offers complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Robbins Way in Bradley Park. Call today, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
All right, bottom of the 7th inning. Time to go to work, guys. 3-0. North Georgia on top. So, again, a good job by Luke Porter in the top of the inning to damage control that. First and third and nobody out. And the top of the order up. And he got the double play. Gave up a run, but a couple of outs and then a pop-up. And so now it's up to the offense to see if we can get something going here. Bryce Dellaby, first pitch swinging, fouls it back toward the rec center and out of play. 0-1. Dylan Peppers with 84 pitches, giving up just 2 hits. He struck out 12 and walked 2. The pitch is driven into right, but it's right at the right fielder Corbett. He comes in a couple of steps and makes the catch for out number 1.
The left fielder, Turner Vincent.
Here's Turner Vincent. He's been a strikeout victim, swinging twice today. And the first pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. Just 2 singles on the afternoon. There's a strike on the outside corner. Single by Bryce Delavy in the second, and a single by Mason McClellan in the fourth. Now that single was a one hopper that the left fielder got near the track. There's a chopper to the second baseman. Bell fields, throws, and he got him. So 2 up and 2 down easily here in the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Drew Webb, also struck out twice today. Up, got a pinch hitter. Thank you, Josh. Austin Collins will pinch hit for Drew.
Pinch hitting for the Cougars, number 15, Austin Collins.
So Austin Collins will pinch hit. Austin he got a start in left field yesterday, and he broke up the perfect game with 2 outs in the 5th inning with an opposite field single to right. Pitch is high. Ball 1 to Austin. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball is high. And it's 2-0. Peppers has walked 2 today, but as he said, the 12 strikeouts. This will be his 90th pitch, and there's a strike. And the count 2-1 now on Austin Collins. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses downstairs, 3-1. Austin's a sophomore out of Decula High School. The 3-1 pitch, fastball, tailed inside, and he draws a walk. Third walk issued by Peppers. And that'll bring up Grant Berry.
Grant Berry.
Grant is 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Cougars trail 3-0, bottom of the 7th. Runner at first with 2 outs. There's a chopper to short. Huber fields will go the short way to get the force at second. And that'll do it for the Cougars here in the 7th inning. A 2-out walk leads to nothing. Leave a man stranded. We've played 7 in Columbus, and the University of North Georgia leading Columbus State University 3-0. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The CSU Cougars play here. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Burger King, Pepsi, Valley Hospitality, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Columbus, the Cannon Brew Pub, Houlihan's, the Houston Clinic, Mediacom, Waffle House, and the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station
Now
of the
pitching for the Cougars, number 35,
Sports Network,
Perez.
News Radio 540 WDAK.
Hi, this is Scott Miller, the voice of the Columbus State University Cougars. Let me take a moment to tell you about the Houston Clinic. The Houston Clinic is a proud partner of Columbus State Athletics. They've been providing outstanding support for Cougar student athletes for over a quarter of a century. And they've helped numerous student athletes get back in the game. And they can help you get back in the game. For all your sports medicine needs, contact the Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Service.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
We head to the top of the 8th inning here, and North Georgia leading Columbus State 3-0. Austin Collins stays in the game, and he will play right field, and the Cougars have a new pitcher, Perez Knowles. Perez, a left-handed junior out of the Bahamas, Freeport, Bahamas. He transferred in here from Troy University. And he's 3-3 with an ERA of 1.69, 26 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 5 earned runs, 25 strikeouts, 15 walks, and the pitch is high for ball 1 to Michael Gouge. He was a strikeout victim twice against Luke Porter and doubled and scored in the first inning against him. There's a strike. So Luke's 7 innings of work, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 118 pitches. And the pitch is downstairs. Really not a bad outing at all against a very good hitting team, but the Cougars have not been able to do a thing against Dylan Peppers. The first pitch is fouled, the next pitch rather is fouled away. Count remains 2-2. Wind blowing from left to right now, and the lefty's pitch is a strike on the inside corner for out number 1. Strikeout for Perez.
First baseman, Trevor Sams.
And Trevor Sams, the first baseman, 1 for 3 on the afternoon, an RBI double in the first inning. And the lefty's first pitch to Sams misses for ball 1. Perez played a couple of seasons at Troy, making 17 appearances out of the bullpen. There's a strike. Even though he's from the Bahamas, he played his high school ball in North Georgia at Raven Gap Nakuchi School. The 1-1, that misses. 2-1. We've got a couple of guys from the Bahamas on this year's club. 2-1 is a high fastball strike, 2-2, and Sams didn't think much of that. There's only one guy that gets a vote, though, and it's not him. The 2-2 pitch is ripped foul down the third base line into the Cougar bullpen. And we'll do the 2-2 again. Cougars head to Pensacola to take on West Florida on Tuesday night and Wednesday afternoon of next week. There's a ball right back at us and hit the roof and carry him back down on the field. I was ready for that one. I had it all the way. Can I come out from under the table now? Is it safe? All right, thanks. 2-2 fastball is high. And it's 3-2. So Perez takes a little walk behind the mound, back up on top. And the payoff pitch on the way. Popped him up behind the plate. And Bryce Delavy with the mask off and under it. And he's got it. 2 up and 2 down easily here for Perez.
Second baseman, Michael Bell.
And here is the second baseman, Michael Bell, 0 for 2 with a walk today. Also reached on an error, and the pitch is fouled off and hits Bryce. I don't know if it was fouled off or if he got clipped by the backswing of the bat, but either way, it's been a tough day behind the plate for the plate umpire. Has been hit a couple of times. Perez once for the Nighthawks, and now Bryce pitches fouled back to the screen. And 0-2 on Michael Bell. Next pitch from Knowles misses outside. And a ball and 2 strikes. Knowles has the sign and the pitch. Right back to the mound. Perez fields and will run halfway there and flip underhanded for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Perez Knowles, and we go to the bottom of the 8th, and North Georgia is still leading 3-0. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
If you have family or friends looking for great overnight accommodations in Columbus, call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. Near Bradley Park in North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is near shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their saltwater pool or spa. They also offer complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAJ.
And we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Ragsdale Field, Burger
Leading
King
off for the
Stadium.
Cougars, the third baseman, Gunnar Drennan.
North Georgia leads at 3-0. Dylan Peppers has been in command all day long today. Got 6 more outs to work with, though. First pitch swinging, popped up out of play. 0-1. Gunnar Drennan is 0 for 2 on the day. Meanwhile, at SunTrust Park, the Braves have taken a 2-1 lead over the Padres with a couple of runs in the 5th. They play in the bottom of the 6th up there now. Bouncing ball toward the hole at short, backhanded by Hoover. Long throw across, and he got it. A great play by Connor Hoover. Robbed Gunnar Drennan of a base hit.
Center fielder, Tyler Victor.
Deep in the hole, he planted and fired a strike and just nipped it. Back to the top of the order, and Tyler Victor, a strikeout victim twice, and bounced to short. The fastball high for ball 1. Peppers working quickly in the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch on the way. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. North Georgia with a 2-game lead over Georgia College and USC Aiken in the loss column as play began today. Fastball misses away, and it's 3-1. This is the only game in the league today. Everyone else played double headers yesterday. The 3-1 pitch at the knees for a called strike, and Tyler didn't think so. He was about to flip the bat away and head down the first with a walk. But now it's full, and the payoff pitch. There's a line drive, base hit over the head of the shortstop in the left center. Tyler rounding, and he's going to go to 2. Here's the throw. He is safe with a hustle double. Tyler Victor trying to put a spark in a lethargic offense today. Lined it over the head of Hoover and never slowed down. Out of the box, he busted it and just got in with a head-first slide for the hustle double. And here is Justin Evans. Well, the Cougars have a man in scoring position now, and turn around and looks him back to second. And we've got the guys up here, Evans and McClellan, that we want. And Tyler had asked for time to rub some of the dirt off. 3-0 North Georgia, bottom of the 8th with 1 out. There's a strike on the inside corner. Justin, a strikeout victim once, 0 for 3 on the day. Find the hole somewhere and maybe get a run home and have McClellan represent a potential tying run. He's on deck. Check of the runner out at second. The 0-1 pitch slashed back to the screen, 0-2. The North Georgia bullpen begins work for the first time today. They had been like the Maytag repairmen down there all day with the way Peppers has been pitching. Peppers takes a look at Tyler out at second, and the pitch, fastball high. Justin able to lay off of it. He likes that high fastball. Didn't offer it that one. Too far up out of the zone. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out. So 2 down and strikeout number 13 for Peppers.
Mason McClellan.
And now here is Mason McClellan. With the Cougars trailing 3-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. With a runner out at second. The pitch is inside for ball 1. Mason has one of the 3 Cougar hits today. It was a single in the 4th. It was a bullet to left that the left fielder Gouge caught on one hop. Just a step short of the track out there. He plays so deep, as most left fielders do against Mason. Got it back in a hurry and held him to a loud, long single. The 1-0 off-speed pitch is in there on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Keep the line moving somehow here, Mason. Wake up the folks on the hill and see if you can get us back to within 1 late in the ball game here. The pitch, swing and a miss. That's what he was trying to do. He's in the hole now at 1-2. You'd love a blast, but right now you'd settle for a bloop. Get a run home and keep the inning going. The 1-2 pitch chopped off of his foot. Foul. That hurts. Designated hitter Lake Hart waits on deck. 2 down in the inning, though, and a 1-2 count on Mason McClellan. Slightly open stance from the right side. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. And strikeout number 14 for Dylan Peppers. Cougars finally get a man in scoring position, but leave him stranded. We go to the 9th inning. It's North Georgia 3, Columbus State nothing. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
The CSU Cougars play here. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Burger King, Pepsi, Valley Hospitality, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Columbus, the Cannon Brew Pub, Houlihan's, the Houston Clinic, Mediacom, Waffle House, and the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
This is going down right now. Suspect in custody. Suspect in custody, but nobody inside the perimeter. 10-4.
We have a suspect in custody.
Justice is being served.
You're going to have many questions.
There are still some questions remaining to be answered.
This story isn't over yet.
Why did young men...
It continues.
One thing we do know.
With you, we're just trying to fight terrorists.
News at the top and bottom of the hour. The smart talk in between.
I think the president knows what the stakes are.
News Radio 540, WDAK. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540, WDAK.
All right, top of the ninth inning here. And North Georgia comes to the plate leading at 3-0. And Perez Knowles in his second inning of work. Pitch misses outside 1-0. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the eighth inning. Fastball misses high and away to Bill Leroy, the DH. 0 for 2 on the day. He has a sacrifice bunt on the afternoon. The 2-0 pitch high for ball 3. So Leroy ahead in the count at 3-0. 3-0, nowhere near ball 4, leadoff walk. And that will bring up the right fielder, Connor Corbett. He is
right fielder Connor Corbett.
1 for 3 on the afternoon with a double and a run scored in the second inning. We're going to have a pinch runner over at first, and that will be Joshua Profit.
Pinch running at first base, number 13, Josh Profit.
So Josh Profit, the pinch runner for Corbett. And Tom Cantrell flashing the signs. Let's see, with a 3-0 lead in the ninth. We got a fast runner, a pinch runner in. Let's see if it's a sacrifice or maybe try another hit and run, throw over to first, see if they could get Tomlinson. Or rather, Corbett to tip his hand. He did not, and he was not squaring, and he takes a strike. So not squaring on that first pitch. Profit gets his lead at first. Checks him over there and a throw over there, and he's back standing. Profit's only been in 15 games. The pitch, a shot back off the glove of Knowles, picked up by Barry by the bag, steps on it, throws to first, and he got him. How about that? Nifty double play work there. A 1-4-3 double play. Off the glove of Perez Knowles. Grant was moving toward the bag, grabbed it, stepped on the bag, and fired on to first for the double play. Nicely done. And here's Tomlinson, swing and fouls it back in the glove of Delavie, strike one. Been some good plays on both sides. Been a well-played series. Swing and a miss. And pitching has dominated really all 3 games. It was Caleb Cucci for the Cougars who dominated the Nighthawks on Friday night with a complete game. Pitches downstairs, 1-2, his 7th complete game, and gave up just 2 earned runs. The 1-2 misses, and it's 2-2. And then yesterday it was McCrary for North Georgia, had a perfect game with 2 outs in the 5th. 7 1/3, gave up just the 1 earned run. And Peppers has been unhittable just about here today. There's a deep fly ball to the left that's hit a mile high and short of the track, and Turner Vincent is there to grab it for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last shot for the Cougars. North Georgia leading at 3-0. We got to go get them Cougars. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Columbus State fans, you now have an online store where you can buy all of your Cougar gear. Go to CSUCougars.com and click on the shop button. There you can buy the latest gear like hats, t-shirts, flags, sweatshirts, polo shirts, jackets, and decals from brands such as Adidas, Columbia, and Under Armour. A portion of the proceeds from each item will go to benefit the Columbus State student athletes. So go to CSUCougars.com, click on the shop button, and get your Cougar gear today.
In blind taste tests, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised. The Pepsi's sweeter.
Pepsi hit it right on the money.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I took the Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot, though.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Bottom of the 9th inning here at Ragsdale Field, Burger King Stadium. North Georgia, #1 team in the country, leading CSU 3-0. Lake Hart, Bryce Delavie, and Turner Vincent due up here in the 9th inning. And Dylan Peppers has scattered 3 hits. Has struck out 14 this afternoon. 3 walks, swung on and fouled at the plate. 0-1. Lake has struck out a couple of times today. Meanwhile, in Atlanta at SunTrust Park, the Braves have taken a 4-1 lead in the 7th inning there. Swing and a miss. And Lake in the hole, 0-2. 112 pitches now for Peppers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on 3 pitches. And strikeout number 15.
The catcher, Bryce Delavie.
Here's Bryce Delavie, the catcher. Bryce has 1 of our 3 hits this afternoon. First pitch swinging, popped it up foul out of play over their bullpen. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Peppers. Again fouled away, same spot, virtually 0-2. So Peppers has pounded the strike zone all day long. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss on the breaking ball, struck him out. Out number 2, strikeout number 16. Dylan Peppers out of Good Hope, Georgia, is put on a pitching clinic here today. His defense for most of the day could have had the day off. Pitches in the dirt. They have made a couple of good defensive plays behind him, but Turner Vincent, 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. So the Cougars down to their final out here. There's a strike. And the count is even at 1-1. And another strike at the knees on the outside corner. And the Nighthawks a strike away from winning it and taking the series. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. An appropriate way for this game to end, as Dylan Peppers strikes out 17 Cougars here on Easter Sunday afternoon. And the Nighthawks win it 3-0, and they take the series 2-1. And the handshakes starting down below. And we'll take a final break, and we'll come back and wrap this one up. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
A regional university earning lots of national attention. Columbus State University now attracts students from every county in Georgia. And with more than $60 million worth of campus upgrades, record enrollment, phenomenal community support, and unprecedented opportunities for students, it's easy to see why. At Columbus State, it's about you, your future, your creativity, your success. See why more and more students are making Columbus State University their first choice.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection near Bradley Park in North Columbus. The Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment. After your busy day, you can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. The Wingate Hotel also offers complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Robbins Way in Bradley Park. Call today, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
North Georgia defeats CSU 3-0, and it was all about Dylan Peppers today, the graduate student, the right-hander out of Good Hope, Georgia, who came in here with a record of 4-2 and 3.40. And what an afternoon he had. He scattered 3 hits. He struck out 17, and he walked 3, 121 pitches for Mr. Peppers, who picks up his 5th win of the season. And Luke Porter takes the loss, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. And Luke drops to 1-4 on the season. And the Cougars go to 24-16 overall, 12-9 in Peach Belt play. And number 1 North Georgia goes to 32-8 and 16-5 in conference play. So the Cougars took the opening game on Friday night behind the great pitching of Caleb Cucci, but then the Nighthawks threw out great performances from McCrary yesterday and from Dylan Peppers today, and they take the series. All right, the Cougars on the road for a while now. They'll be on the road for 6 straight games, back home again for the final 2 home games and the final 2 games of the regular season, April the 28th against Augusta, April the 29th against Augusta, and that April 29th on a Saturday in a couple of weeks. That'll be our next broadcast. My thanks to Jessica for studio producing, doing her usual good job back in the studios. And we hope you have continue to have a great Easter day, and best wishes to all of you out in Cougar Nation here on this Easter Sunday. Once again, your final score, it was the University of North Georgia 3, Columbus State 0. From Ragsdale Field at Burger King Stadium on the campus of Columbus State in Columbus, Georgia, this is Scott Miller on this Easter Sunday saying so long, everyone.
You've been listening to Columbus State University Baseball.